Now, going in the opposite direction, Archaeology is probably going to be our easiest collection log to complete. The Daemonheim Digsite was just released and it is busy here. We are looking forward to unlocking all of its treasures, and specifically, we're going to be looking forward to the 2 new Offhands that have come out. Now, I have no idea if the Offhands themselves have collection logs, but we are going to find out in the near future. And I'm excited to go hunting for them, so let's get into it. Now, I would say this is pretty pivotal on the account because I would say this is the first content release where I have all of the levels to unlock everything. We're just going to be hunting achievements, hunting collection logs, and there's going to be nothing holding us back. And it's so nice to be part of the community, grinding, working our way towards the highest level spots in order to get the brush pieces. That being said, our first collection log slots coming in. Every restore that we do, we're going to get a new collection log slot, and we're going to be able to turn those in for a bunch of chronotes or additional rewards like a new relic. Now, I'm going to throw out a bit of a hot take on this new relic, and I don't think it's totally useless. Much like construction contracts is to regular construction, this provides a cheaper but slower way of doing the skill. I think Jagex knew exactly what they were doing with it. It's simply going to be an extension down the line that people are going to not see the value of currently, but I think it's going to be eventually bring in some value to the player. And even though it's currently dead content, it's going to be revived later on. Now, we did end up running around and grabbing all the research in the area, and this research project is going to allow us to unlock the door, which is going to be the highest leveled engineering spot, where we can both unlock the brush and the ability to unlock the hunter offhand as well. So we're going to go start that in 40 minutes. In the meantime, however, I think my buddies want to go and do some Croesus. And with the mining and smithing update right around the corner, I am 100% going to huff copium and think that this is the hour that I'm going to get the core hammer. Let's go see what we can get. Well, I seem to be pretty miraculous at getting offhands, and that is Foul Torch number 5. Unfortunately, this is a new non-collection log slot. That is going to be our second set of gloves on our 3rd hour of Croesus. So I said we were going to do an hour, we ended up doing 5, and as much as I love this boss and I love getting loot, I should actually focus on my goal of doing archaeology. Holy, this is a beautiful new area. I'm probably going to get lost on that fact after I've spent like 100 hours here, but the new place is looking stunning with that Daemonheim warped feel to it. I'm going to try and figure out where I need to go here, but we're going to get all of the collection log slots first, and then we're going to start hunting out for that brush. I will keep you guys posted. And there is the Mastery of Daemonheim completed. All collection log slots, all mysteries and unlocks completed from this dig site. Now, we're going to be AFKing here for a little while. I am going to do my best to rush this. However, it is still useful to do this as a daily with your Premier buff. Because this is new content and because I'm excited about it, I'm going to be dumb and just push through with porters. I do have a decent stack in my bank, but of course we'll go and make more if needed, because I really kind of want to see this offhand and get it ASAP, and then we can start using it in other aspects of our archaeology when we start working towards tetra compasses and green goblet godos one and all that stuff. I will keep you guys posted, but for now I'm going to be AFKing this a lot just off screen. Now, as promised, a clue update as always. Since we've last talked, I have discovered a really cool new tool, and I'm going to leave a link down in the description for it, but it is called Clue Split, and essentially it's speedrunning for clues. Now, it's a little finicky, but I've eventually got it to work, and basically, as you solve clues, it's going to tell you how many clues per hour we're doing, rather than me setting up a timer and then at the end of the hour being like, I completed X clues, which I think is going to be a little bit more interactive for you guys when you watch to see how fast I'm doing clues and see that improvement over time. And I am ecstatic with the progress over time because I started doing easies this month and I was cooking. Being able to teleport everywhere, I'm starting to get the feeling back of surging and diving all throughout different cities and different areas. I think it's been absolutely an excellent exercise to continue to push myself to do these clues, and even the ability to take a look at a clue and just instantly know, where do I have to teleport, where on my screen do I have to go in order to hit that teleport. Things are really starting to come together. We're already starting to see improvements in other areas where hards we're getting about 25 an hour, where previously we're getting 21. So even though it's only 4 extra clues per hour, it really makes a difference and starts to add up when you're talking about doing thousands of clues. Unfortunately, I'm not really seeing any progress on elite clues, and I don't think I will. Puzzles are really my slowest point, and I can only click and follow the line so fast. So we're sticking to about 14 elite clues per hour, which is a number that I'm happy with, but we're not seeing a massive amount of progress from last time to this time. Overall, I think this was a very successful month. We hit over 100 clue stack on our easies, on our hards, and our elites. We're about 1/10 of the way there for each of them. Mediums, again, not looking so hot. I am probably going to start actively grinding out some clues. I know you guys were probably going to want to actually see one of those videos, so I'm going to try and get a clue scroll video out and do an opening of at least one of the types in the first 10 episodes. So please look out for that as I continue to grind. I'm going to probably start having to actually farm out a particular clue type to make that happen. And there we go, our first piece unlocked. I still don't know if it actually has a collection log slot that pops up because I was AFK, I looked back at my screen, and here it is in the inventory. So that is one of 3 brushes pieces completed. We are currently sitting at about 200 artifacts in, or about 20 hours, but I am focusing on doing the 113 spot, so technically this is the highest chance of receiving each brush piece. So I'm going to keep grinding here and really hope that the other brush pieces come a little bit faster, as that was quite a break. A friendly reminder to keep doing your farm runs, they add up over time. Now, there was a comment on the most recent video that I was a pretty average PVMer. Even though I think that's 100% true, stepping outside of our comfort zone, we're going to be doing some Solak today. And I'm going to be doing a trio with Mold and Dust. Now, I've never done Solak before. I am being coached simultaneously while doing it. Dust is my coach. He coached me through Virago as well as Zuck. So I feel pretty comfortable being here. Necromancy is my best style, but we'll see how it goes. I definitely prefer being on Mage here, but I think Necromancy is going to give me that extra bit of sustain that we want to see going through this. So we'll give it a shot and see how it goes. Kill number 1 completed, absolutely no deaths first try. That was pretty solid, and a 6-minute kill time. I feel like that is semi-decent, but probably not because of me. And a grimoire page on the first kill. Let's go. Time to go and keep doing this for the rest of the hour. Overall, that was a very fun experience. A little bit of a trip up towards the end of the hour, but ended up with a fastest kill of 5 minutes and 2 seconds. Very happy with that. Don't think I'll ever try and go here alone without voice comms. I think I'm still in the learning phase of this, but definitely a great exercise. Being able to do this and start learning those endgame bosses is really boosting my confidence and is really going to continue to pave the way towards that endgame PVM. Welcome back to another archaeology update. I have been sitting at the 113 spot for about 40 hours now, and I've collected about 400 artifacts, and unfortunately we are still at 1 out of the 3 brush pieces. So I figure if we are going to eventually use all of these artifacts, because they do give tetracompass pieces, we're going to transition to the mid-tier spot. So this is the 107 location, and the drop rate is presumably a bit lower in this location. However, getting the mid-tier artifacts is going to be worth it, and then we'll eventually go down to the lowest. My hope is that I get the brush in this location before I move to the lowest. If we do all 3 and we end up completing, a set of 600 relics and don't have the full brush, we'll just go back to the 113 spot eventually and continue on that cycle. The main thing is that I just don't want to have an artifact imbalance by the time that this grind ends. A while back, we found the book which allowed us the ability to unlock the Hunter Offhand. Fast forward to now, we have been waiting for the first roar to pop since that time, and it is finally time to start working on the Hunter Offhand. Now, we are still working on the Archaeology Offhand as our main goal, but because roar increases the drop rate of certain things, and that affects other drops, it's probably going to affect the Hunter Offhand as well. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing agility on roar to not only maximize our XP per hour, but also to try and grind for that offhand. There is a chance of getting the other types, so technically the most AFK one would be best to do first. However, because I'm doing most of my AFKing at Archaeology right now, it makes sense to try and break up that grind by doing something active like agility and try and get that piece as soon as possible. Once I've done this piece, we'll probably end up going and doing something else like Rex Matriarchs. It's always the drops you're not expecting, and you're always looking for something else when you get it. But that is the agility pet while we are searching for the Hunter Offhand piece. A nice addition to the collection that leaves us with 7 skilling pets left to get in order to complete out the grind. Dojo Mojo unlocked. Big win. And there we have it, piece number 2 coming in. It's been about 5 premier artifact buffs since we got the last piece, so about 5 hours. We love to see it. 1 piece to go. Sometimes I look at people and what they're doing, and I'm like, is this person botting, or is this an actual person that just wants to, 1-click agility for 0 XP per hour? I'm gonna give this person the benefit of the doubt, but just so strange to see. And there it is, Hunter Offhand piece 1 of 4. It didn't take very long for me to get this. It was about 4 hours, which to me is about 36 laps. Very happy this one is over. I can definitely say that I was not missing agility. Let's freaking go. Balarak Sashbrush finally unlocked. This has been probably about a 50-hour grind, I would say, for me. And I'm so excited to make this. I just want to see how good it is. Let's go put this thing together. It looks so good. Oh my god, that is a great addition to the outfit. I was actually saying before this update that there's no way that an archaeology site would make an archaeology offhand. That's funny because this is looking gorgeous. Let's go try it out. This thing is spitting out materials. Holy cow, I feel like every single time I look at my chat box, it is procking like crazy. The focused version of it, where you go around and you click and the time sprite moves every single time you click, is a really cool ability. I probably won't end up using this in a focused scenario unless we're going to be doing, maybe we'll do like Green Gotto Ghettos 1 as a little bit more focused, as we will be able to get more and more artifacts, and basically that means more tetra compasses. But I think for the most part, I'm most excited for basically a 10% increase to materials. I am actually curious to see how good this brush is, so stay tuned for a video on that, because I think I'm definitely going to want to make a video on this and just like let you guys know how long is it actually worth grinding this for in order for it to be actually good. So I think one of the most AFK options for me next to do is Bioblooms. Now in the past we've used a cannon to quickly Slayer task through this. I don't think I'm going to wait for a Slayer task. I think I'm just going to grind through it and use aggression potions to try and lure two of them onto me. We're basically just going to sit here AFK and tank the two of them. There is a little bit of a wait time in between, but it's not too bad. Welcome back to the 10-hour update of Vileblooms. It has been a very chill experience. However, I am burning through some aggression potions right now. A decent amount of loot, lots of alcohols, lots of herbs and seeds. Can't ever be angry about getting more Arbok seeds. But everything's been manageable within this one inventory, which has been awesome. The only time that we've been leaving is in order to bank to get more restore potions and then come right on back. 15 hours in, I'm going to be trying something new where I'm going to try and see if I can trio by standing in the middle and tagging them. There is 4 of them, but if I stand just south enough, I should only be able to pick up 3, and we're in loot range of all of them. The key here is that I have to use tank armor and animate dead in order to stay alive, but it does increase my kills per hour by like ever so slightly, as I'm not really waiting for that downtime of the Vileblooms. I was killing them slightly too fast with power armor, but if I tried to do 3 in power armor, I would die while I was AFK. So this seems to be the new strategy to go with. 15 hours, still looking for that drop. Oh, I love recording a clip just to explain a new strategy and then immediately get the drop. That is awesome. Well, we can confirm that the Hypno Wand does not have any collection log slot drops. It's not a notification, so we could probably assume that the brush didn't have a notification either, not that we caught any of them. Hunter Offhand, 50% complete. Let's freaking go. So I had kind of committed to finishing out each of the archaeology sets of 200 each relic, and I wasn't quite expecting to get this, considering how rare the first set was. And had I known that the mid-tier spot was so much better for brush pieces, apparently, I would have started here. But that is brush piece number 4, as we are trying to finish out the collections. 4 Tetra Compass pieces. Odysseus has been out for a couple of months now, and I haven't really had any big opportunity or like desire to rush it right off the bat. I was kind of hoping to finish out Raziel first and then be able to come here and just sit and do exactly what we just did with Vileblooms, but with Odysseus, and basically get log in one sitting. However, there are some new AFK guides out there for Odysseus where we should be able to try and get that new Hypno Wand and make it semi-AFK simultaneously, so I think that's a big win. So apparently I'm supposed to stand here and then just let Odysseus attack me first, and then the bar does the rest, which I think is pretty incredible. Big shout out to the people that actually make these kind of guides, because I think it's so nice just to click and sit back and, you know, maybe you need some emergency food to get you through it, but otherwise, this is such a quality of life thing. So shout out Froggy Games for this guide. Kill 1 completed. I think something's going wrong. Maybe my gear's not high enough, or I'm doing something wrong, because I was getting hurt there. But kill 1 completed. On to the next. Stop. No. Freaking massive spoon. Call me a ladle, because that is the Hypno Wand piece on number 2. Kill number 2. Second kill of OCS ever. Holy cow. I thought I was going to be here for like, I was prepping, man. I was prepping. I was like, we're going to be here for like 10 plus hours. I was literally going to make a video of 10 hours of loot from OCS, and now I don't need to. So that's something. So we're going to finish out the hour here, but that is 3 out of 4 pieces completed for the Hunter Offhand. Let's freaking go. Dude, this is insane. Brush piece number 5, and I haven't even moved on to the lowest tier spot yet. If I make a entirely another brush from the mid-tier spot, I'm going to put on the tinfoil hat, folks. Just saying. Ladies and gentlemen, it's content that you know, you love, and you watch me do it all the time. It is big game hunter time. I don't care if it's on Roar. We are going to be grinding this out until we complete this offhand, because I really want to see how it affects my big game hunter once we complete it. So let me break down the schedule of how this is going to work. I am going to be hunting tier 1 and tier 2 dinos for the Malatops, obviously to gather resources, and then when Roar hits, we're going to go and use the dino baits in order to do Malatops nonstop on Roars. Once I've done the first 2, we're going to go and do other activities that take about 20 minutes, maybe a farm run here, maybe some dailies there, and that is basically going to be our life for the next little while. Sit tight and enjoy the mountains of loot that are about to come. Been wearing life like it's a noose around my neck, hunting vultures as they fly. Every spring a flower blossoms in my head, and every winter time it dies. I've become the hunted. And that is crazy. That was a double encounter that we just got the double Maddock from. Still totally worthless to me, but super cool to see. Are finishing up today, so we're going to quickly finish those up as they give us a huge quality of life for big game hunters. We've done it! We have completed the Hunter Offhand piece that took so long to do. I'm gonna build this thing and we're gonna try it out, and I think we're just gonna, you know, full send and get this goddamn mall piece. pterosaur maul piece has been achieved. Holy guys, we have been grinding for this for like 11 months now. We got our first 2 pieces relatively early in the grind, and still we are so spooned with this. Big game hunter, I am done with you. I've got the Hypno one from you, I've got all the Maddox I could ask for, and we have finished the pterosaur maul piece. And putting it together, there it is. Oh my god, that's looking so great. What a note to end off on. Pterosaur maul completed. Let's freaking go.